Welcome back, everybody, to the only org that seriously needs to invest in calendar and time zone skills. The laughing you hear is our friend Tank.
What up, Bander?
So, let's be honest, we're here to try this shit again,
Round two.
hoping Dilly didn't screw up the days again.
Now, in Dilly's defense, it was partly my fault too because he submitted a request through Beyond Ranked for me, and it did say Thursday, and I just trusted him that it was a Wednesday, so I didn't even read the request. So I'm partially to blame too.
I mean, it's his fault.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, he's the one that messaged me. So, I'm not on Beyond Ranked. Probably for good reason.
Yeah, that's true.
But, so we're going to try this again. BSR is taking on Sweet Sensations. And
Yeah.
we're going to pop over to the stats. So,
Kind of like what we were talking about yesterday. I mean, this BSR team's really just been led by solid defense.
a rarity for Dilly led teams. I'm being honest. I've casted a lot of games. I've played a circuit on his team, and as a quote defensive expert, oh boy.
Well, and I mean, I think it's been good for you to get away from a Dilly team because it's actually forced them to play more passive than what we've seen in the past with BBU teams that at least you've been on, because a lot of teams you've been on, they've expected you just playing third man. And so your first and second mans were hyper aggressive and it would end up leaving you in odd man situations. And now that you aren't on those teams, they're actually having to rotate and play as a team. And so it's developing them. So if you ever come back, you'll have a better time because you won't have to worry about it as much. Hopefully.
Yeah, my experience was this isn't just limited to Dill's teams, but just lack of comms, cutting, and then somehow relying on me to occasionally put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we mentioned it in yesterday's board stream. The problem I was running on with playing with Dill was Bill just couldn't wait to just figure out how to cut me off on defense.
Yeah.
And I've told him many times, sometimes you just got to let the guy in front of you fail. You got to trust that they're going to hit it.
Right. But I will say Dilly's been looking like he's a lot more comfortable being on PS5 than he was on PC ever, which is really, really weird to me.
Yeah, I can't figure that part out. I guess because I'm pretty sure last circuit he was just hot swapping between Xbox and PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say with console getting the upgrade to at least 120 frames, it's better. But I mean, I still have an issue when I pull out my console and try and play. It just doesn't feel the same. So, kudos to Dilly for being able to fight through it and use those terrible PS5 controllers.
Yeah, I haven't even attempted to hold one, so.
I mean, for me, it's just not comfortable. But then again, I've been used to my Xbox controller for so long. I don't have petite little hands like Dilly does. I know you're watching. No, but all jokes aside, this Black Sewer Rats team is definitely one of the best iterations of a Dilly team that I've seen. since I've been around you guys, which has been what, a year and change now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, Lycan, pretty solid. Prancy, figuring out threes, looks, you know, looks to be not causing, too much problems.
No, last
As
week
I've
it caused a
seen.
little. It felt like, uh, but it definitely, in my opinion, was a downgrade from what it was the week before, week one. But I mean, maybe he was just playing more twos that week. Maybe he just wasn't feeling as comfortable. But hopefully, he gets that straightened out here in this third week.
Yeah.
Got Kiffy in the chat.
Hey, Kiff.
But I mean, they're playing a Sweet Sensations team, which has Mr. Pookie Burr, and he is honestly one of my favorite people in the IGL community. Always stops by the channel, super, super nice, really great caster. And so, I mean, I have a little bias towards him because he also was like one of my early followers back in the day.
Okay.
And so when I saw Pookie was playing, I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to pick against Dilly. Even though everything on paper here is leaning towards the Black Sewer Rats, I just know the Sweet Sensations team, and they have that little special place in my heart.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, as we discussed yesterday, this Sweet Sensations team is a team that historically, I would say, like, on paper, this type of team could be coming away with a 3-0 sweep against, any Dilly-led teams.
Yeah.
Like last week's match. I was kind of surprised to see BSR get out of there in 4. Their opponent came out there, punched him in the mouth, and somehow, BSR got out of there with a dub.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I don't remember if I was talking about it with you or I was talking about it with my chat when I did the other game last night. But in all honesty, these teams that have one player that's tier 2 and the other ones are trying to play up or on the verge of being being tier 2, they usually put in the most effort and time throughout the season to try and keep up with the rest of the competition. And they usually come out and surprise a lot of people. And, Sweet Sensations getting off to a little bit of a rough start here, but I know they have that drive and focus. And that's one thing that can catch the sewer rats here is if they aren't expecting Sweet Sensations to play up to the level that they're in. And they've been putting in all this time and effort. And I'm not saying BSR hasn't, but, that is a real concern for them going into this match.
yeah. Like, if you ever want to take a game off a Dilly-led team, game one is probably your best bet because slow starts always. And then game 3 as they're trying to go for the sweep.
Yeah. But I mean, game 3s are so tough to win for any team. Like, yeah. I mean, that game 3 of a sweep, game 5 of a reverse sweep, or 4 and 7 if you're doing a best of 7 there are such difficult games because all the pressure's on you at that point. It gets off the opponents. Like, you're trying to get the sweep, you're trying to finish, you're trying to not let them get any momentum, and it kind of gets in your head as a player a little bit and allows that other team to start crawling back in. Now, BSR's done a a good job this circuit of, giving up that game 3, but then bouncing back really, really strong in game 4. But you have to wonder how long that can last throughout the circuit.
Yeah. I mean, again, the in-org joke is Dilly teams rarely sweep.
Yeah. I mean, I had that curse for a year, in all honesty, when it came down to it. Um, I was in my first, I think, 4 circuits of IGL. I don't think I ever got a sweep. Hey, what up, Pookie? Good to see you in chat, buddy. Good luck, man. Um, and then, I mean, the other thing for BSR, I mean, we have that undefeated curse that we talk about in playoffs for IGL, where, going into them as the 1 seed, you have all the pressure, you're undefeated, and causes a lot of teams to slip up there. So if you're sewer rats, do you try and keep from going undefeated in the season and come in the middle of the pack where it seems like they've thrived in playoffs throughout their history, or do you just keep riding this momentum wave?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, they seem to. Dill teams seem to thrive in those double-digit seeds. Um, I've always said just go out there, play your best, don't intentionally throw, and figure it out from there. Like set yourself up for a good playoff run.
Yeah.
To harken back to a game that we co-casted, that 1 versus 16 Shurikens versus Dilly team,
Yeah, there was no reason they should have ever been in that series. Let's be honest.
yeah,
With how their season went, coming in against a 6-0 Shuriken team that hadn't dropped, I don't think they even dropped a game all season, playing lights out. And, that team, that was Black Dragons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They just snuck into playoffs. Like, they needed a ton of help, and they just snuck in by like half of a percent.
Yeah, they were in on tiebreakers, and
yeah,
they were a 3-3 team. They backed in. They threw 2 series in the regular season. They lost to like a 1-5 team, and probably on paper another team that they shouldn't have lost to. Again, kudos to the opponents for going out there and beating them, but they just looked awful. And it's just like going into there, it's like, hey, Shuriken's got this in 3.
Yeah.
They don't even have to turn on their monitors, and it was a reverse sweep.
Was it a reverse sweep, or was it a back and forth? I don't remember. But I mean, a lot of that game, or a lot of that series, let's be honest here, was really led by trying to pull it up here and see. That was summer of last year, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Was it the spring?
Maybe. It was the Black Dragons team, though, right?
Yeah.
Or was it the BBU United team? Or was it Red Bulls? Because there's only one Black Dragons team, and they played Shuriken in a bye week. Maybe it's the Red Bulls. Yeah, it was the Red Bulls. They beat Shinobi 3-1 in the first round of the playoffs. And what was it? It was Squiddy. Squiddy had the series of a lifetime. Yeah, it's that one right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so week 7.
Yeah, it was a week 7 3-1. And I mean, that was the one where Squiddy ended up with like a ceiling shot dunk on Dot to win it, and I think it was game 4 overtime. Yeah. Yeah, that was the team. And I mean, really, that entire series came down to no one having an answer for Squiddy. And Squiddy kind of carried the moment or allowed them to carry the momentum through to making it to the finals as the 16 seed. And I remember that was a heartbreaking 7 games. That was oh, it was 5-0. Was it game 2 that was a 1 goal game? No.
Game 2 looks like it was 2-0.
What was
So
game
Shuriken
3? Yeah.
took game 1 2-1, 2-0 Red Bulls. 3-2 in game 3.
That's the one. That's the one where Squiddy popped off at the end.
Yeah, and then game 4 was a 6-0. Like, I'm pretty sure I said, like, what's going on here on the Shuriken side?
Yeah. I mean, because it was something that, historically speaking, shouldn't have worked out. But where are these teams at?
It's a good question. I guess I need to message the info.
Yeah, probably.
Surprisingly, Dill hasn't asked me for it.
Yeah. Brancy's still deafened. Getting that pregame poop in. Look, I will say everyone makes fun of me for that, but that is one of the best pregame rituals you can ask for.
The Dilly nervous pregame poop.
Drop it in your toilet instead of dropping it on the field.
So I'm not going to do tournament math here, but this is a 20-team division.
Oh, so I mean,
Just don't go 0-6, and you probably should get in the playoffs.
you probably need 2 wins. Wait, is this a West team? It's not a West team, is it?
No, this is East.
How's there only 20 teams?
Tier 2, I guess.
Huh. What division is this?
Division 7.
Well, that's weird. So it looks like IGL, because I'm going through all the 3v3 East.
Yeah.
It looks like pretty much all of them are capped at 20.
Huh.
Did they make a change to that? And just not tell anybody?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, they're in the same one as Hypotenuse.
That's one of MMG's teams.
Yeah.
That's Hawk, Sarv, Donut, and CCP.
Yeah. What up, Kyle? Good to see you, man.
Why are they 1-1?
Let's not talk about that. They had a really bad week 1. Did you send the info out, Ander?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But,
Just making sure. Pookie was asking about it.
I sent it to Dill, so...
Dill will send it on over.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, this division's pretty stacked. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, this... Just recognizing some of the franchises in the division, this is something that
Yeah, I mean, there's you guys, there's a Shuriken team, there's Red Nation, one of our teams. There's a there's a Sweet Sensations are in here who are awesome. And then SRSE, who's been a really big org as of late in IGL here. I don't know this team. They might be new. And then there's a Slaw Squad team. But it seems like there's a Slaw Squad team in every tier or every division. I love Dilly. He posts the most random stuff.
In the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, I agree. Oh, you don't practice. Oh, that's fair. Imagine just squeaking into tier 1 so you don't want to play IGL anymore. Couldn't be me. I wish I could go back to tier 5 days, Xander. As bad as I was at the game, man, it was fun.
I don't know. The competitive jerk in me won't let me.
Like, it was nice to know that, hey, I'm bad, but no one expects me to be good because we're only like Plat 3 Diamond 1. Like, it was a much simpler time. I love how Dilly's posting in Discord to get in here and get ready, and he ain't even in here.
Yeah. Like, I need to know if, like, this lobby info is bad or something.
Fine.
Thanks for the follow, Kyle.
Dilly's paying me to be here. I'm just kidding. He's not. Oh my goodness, Dilly. He probably didn't check his DM. See, problems of playing on a console. You don't even see your Discord.
Here, you know what, Tank?
Here he comes. Come on, Dilly. You got this. You're lucky it's Pookie.
Okay, well, I'll have this ready for...
Good luck, Pookie.
another match.
Ooh, another match?
Yeah, I have one top of the hour after this.
Oh, nice. I have one at the bottom of the next hour. Actually, it's Hypotenuse.
So we were in a very organized ship over here at BBU.
Peru. Righteous Bush. Classic.
Alright, guess need to turn chat on so I can let everyone know.
Oh, that's right. You play without chat on.
Yeah, I'm smart. That's why.
I like the tilt. I need to feed my soul with hate to make it through the day. I'm just kidding. I don't play Rocket League.
Turning chat off is one of the best things a person can do.
Yeah.
So there are starting rosters. This best of 5 is underway.
So interested to see if BSR will ever play a combination outside of this one. Has been kind of their go-to, and I mean it's worked out so far, but Dilly and the Fennec missing that one. But I'll be interested to see if they drop a game or two if they end up switching it up.
Yeah, I know they have Sherlock. A pretty fine player, coming off the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, to have that type of player sitting on your bench is absolutely amazing. But also surprising they haven't tried to use him yet. But I mean, I guess they are 6-1 overall.
Oh, and I see that BSR loyalty is only what have you done for me lately deep. Rocking FaZe Clan decals.
Oh. What a save from Pookie.
Yes.
You can definitely tell Pookie feels the most comfortable on the field here with just how he's been playing all over the place. Bumps, demos, coming back for the saves, playing well off back wall there. And just in perfect position right now, trying to let his teammates play around the trust of him being there. Dilly's in the FaZe decal as well.
Yeah.
I hope you... Oh, wait, no, it's esports. You can't use a creator code. Weren't they in NRG the last couple weeks?
Yeah.
I think they were. And that's going to be the big thing here for BSR to watch out for is all these double commits on the offensive end you're seeing. I mean, there's been a couple open net opportunities here for Sweet Sensations, just not quick enough to the ball, but if you give them enough time, they're going to end up punishing that one.
Yeah, I mean, historically, that's the best way to punish this BSR team.
Yeah. I mean, we really haven't seen much out of either team here. Both just feeling each other out, really not selling out too much. A couple from BSR as Pookie gets a great shot there. Lycan, nice save. Righteous up for that one, trying to get the shot off. Dilly gets the save. Nice little rotate through. One-on-one for a second, but Kyle can't get up for that. And finally starting to see some offense come out from either of these teams, but BSR shuts it down quick again. And I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like these matches are the toughest ones for BSR to win.
Yeah.
Like these ultra competitive, really close, low scoring games, it almost feels like, at least in the past, this is where BSR would kind of panic a little bit and end up making a mistake.
Nice demo there from Pookie.
Kyle, just a little touch here. How did he get so much power on the Dilly? Pinched it with him.
Yep.
Oh no. Dilly just trying to force the backside.
We also said earlier, probably one of the best opportunities for Sweet Sensation to take a game here is these game ones.
Yeah. And I mean, we're seeing it so far, taking advantage of the opportunities given to him. Dilly trying to make something happen on the defensive end, gets punished for the awkward touch as Pookie's trying to push that one through. Net's going to be open. Lycan's up for this one. Goes for the touch, can't find it. Goes for the flip reset. Oh no, he actually knocked that away from Brancy.
Well, you saw both Lycan and Dill going up for that. Someone should. I felt Dill should have called Lycan off on that.
I think, was it Brancy was there too? Dill came in last?
No,
or was
Brancy,
Dill there and Brancy came in last?
Yeah, Brancy came in as third person.
But that net was wide open. Lycan went for the highlight instead of just putting it in. And that could end up costing BSR here in game one. The final seconds are ticking off here. BSR is going to have one last chance. Kyle just kills that along the ground, but Dilly able to get this one up along sidewall. Coming high off ceiling, trying to get a pass down mid.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The own goal at 0 seconds.
Rocket League, this might be.
Pookie was just trying to kill it and accidentally own gold. And BSR gifted a second life here at the end of game 1 after they, more or less through game 1.
Yeah. Like, nice save there from Kyle. Like, I'd say this has been all Sweet Sensations.
Yeah, I would completely agree. Really, really good control coming out of them for that second half of the game, especially once they got the go-ahead goal. And just a little bit of a mistake, a little bit of panic, as Pookie looked like he just wanted to kill that and take the game win, but got the missed touch. And I have been there one too many times. I know that sinking feeling in your gut when that happens.
Yep.
And so for Sweet Sensations in overtime here, Pookie needs to not try and make up for that mistake. He just needs to play consistent, play smart, like in good demo. Brancy shoots that one high.
So Lycan off the ceiling. Dilly skies that ball.
Oh man, and you gotta feel for Sweet Sensations in that one.
Yep. I mean, gotta shake it off. Like, you can definitely hang.
Yeah, and I think that's what Sweet Sensations need to build off of here. As Kyle with 6 saves, holy 12 for, but their defense was playing really, really well, and it was one panic touch ended up costing them that game. And so going into game 2, just taking a second, taking some breath, taking a breather, and just trying to reset here going into the next game and realize that, they had game 1 in control. That game was over. No one needed to touch it, just needed to drop. And, one unfortunate touch away from getting a game win there.
All right, so this is where the adjustments come into play.
And honestly, I think they panicked just a little bit because that was going to be their first game win of Tier 2. And I think nerves just got to them.
Yeah, I don't know. In a way, I find it hard to criticize the thought process. It just might have had to have been
in all honesty,
make sure you've mapped everything out.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting it to waterfall like that.
Yeah.
I think he was expecting it to bounce out just a little bit more, and with it just killing right there along back wall, that was all he really could do with the position he was in, and knowing Dilly was right there. But Sweet Sensations picking up right where they left off, putting on a lot of offensive pressure early in this game, maintaining pretty much all the offensive control for about that first minute. And Brancy, what a shot.
Nice outlet from Dill.
Yeah, really beautiful outlet from Dill. Brancy able to get back on that one and just get enough of a touch to put that in the back. And again, it felt like Sweet Sensations were in full control early there, but just a quick counterattack coming out from Black Sewer Rats and all that momentum just taken right away.
Still plenty of game left, though.
Oh, yeah, we still have 3.5 minutes. Sweet Sensations definitely not going to give this one up. Especially if sewer rats are going to try and do stuff like that, where they're trying to pinch it at midfield. And then leave one man back.
Lincoln puts that away.
That was almost a great shot from Dilly. But that was a heads-up demo going through back post there.
Yep.
And really, I mean, it's been these quick counterattacks. All 4 goals from BBU have been off of the counterattack. Where when Sweet Sensations get a second to set up, I mean, their defense has been absolutely stout. So I think they're trying to play up to Sewer Rat speed right now and intensity, and that's not where they're going to be comfortable at. They just need to get back to playing their game, which we see so much in Tier 2, is just trying to play up to those higher MMR Tier 2 teams.
Yeah. And again, having played on BSR, I could say is that, you know, that's where BSR got into a lot of trouble too, is when a team was playing faster than them, you know, they would try to match it. I saved that from Dill.
What a great series for Sweet Sensations there out of the corner. Just keeping the ball there, waiting for them to make a mistake, and Righteous seeing a golden opportunity to get a pass right into the box to Kyle, and Kyle just taps that one in. No one in his way. I mean, we're at the 2-minute mark. They're only down 1, so they have new life here. They've been putting on a lot of offensive pressure. They just need to get another quick one here is all it comes down to. Tighten up their defensive rotations a little bit. Oh, Pookie almost having that beautiful touch there. Brancy just getting enough of that one for the save. And we're seeing a little bit of panic come out of here from the Sewer Rats.
Yeah. I mean, this, you know, it's deja vu all over again. Like, on defense, BSR just kind of falling all over each other.
Yeah, on offense, looking like everyone's going for the solo highlight play.
Guess XBL Live party chat. Not as good as Discord.
True.
Which is what happens when your team captain sells his PC and decides he wants to play on console at 120 FPS.
Still mind-blowing to me. Might as well go mouse and keyboard too.
Unforgiven has entered the chat.
I will say Unforgiven, one of the best M&K players I've seen. Kyle's going to have one last chance to keep this up. Gets it there, trying to force it through. Ball still in Sewer Rat territory. Pookie can't get enough of that one. Brancy's able to kill it. And BSR away with game 2 after... I don't know, man. I feel like this series should be tied at once. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, Pookie with no boost. But again, the defense for Sweet Sensations stepping up here. And I mean, even if they get swept here, I think the big thing for Sweet Sensations to take away from this is, I mean, their defense has been absolutely lights out, and it's keeping them in a competitive match with what I think is probably one of the best, probably top 2 or 3 teams in this division.
Yeah. Like, I think Sweet Sensations needs to be careful on offense with that third person. You know, be careful of doing the full send.
Yeah.
Because, again, BSR has been giving Sweet Sensations the opportunities to score. But
it's a counterattack that's helped out BSR.
yeah.
And that's because Third Man's getting over aggressive for Sweet Sensations and not in a good position to make a play on an outlet. And Pookie with a double save there. Almost another quick counterattack goal here for BSR.
There's 50 there from Branty. Pookie up, gets it away.
I will say, even for Kyle coming in saying they don't do a lot of practice or really play together much, like, I mean, they don't look like a tier 3 team.
No, they look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that just kind of how they're playing. It looks like they're getting reps in somewhere.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, yes. Are sewer rats faster than they are? Yeah. Are they more mechanical? Yes. But is their defense nearly as good? No. Sweet Sensations, in my opinion, has a much better defense. Granted, that's because they are lower tiers, so they have to play more on it. They're going to get a ton of practice that way, but a lot of people undervalue how far a good defense can take you when you're outmatched.
Yeah, and it's not like they're parking the bus or anything either.
Right, they're still trying to rotate correctly. They're getting good possessions. You know, for the most part, they're staying in position correctly. And if this is any indication for BSR's season, oh, Dilly hitting crossbar, pulling out that old Clanger's name.
Yep. Rats really awful at the shooting.
And Brancy with another outlet goal here. And that's been the killer for Sweet Sensations, just not able to defend the extension plays. And that's where that speed difference comes in. But, I mean, for Sewer Rats, like, yeah, they're up 1. There's still 2 minutes left. Still a chance for Sweet Sensations to come back. But if this is any indication for Sewer Rats, if they play a defensive team that's just a little bit quicker, they're in for a lot of trouble. What a great shot from Brancy here. Nice solo play.
Probably saying in chat, carry us, Brancy.
Right. Which I feel like a lot of his positioning for extensions and all that come from his twos games.
Yeah. And Dill gets it
I thought
back
Dilly
there.
missed that, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I expected it, honestly.
Just unfortunate that I mean, if it felt like after Sweet Sensations gave up that own goal, it all just was a downhill spiral from there.
Yeah,
Downward
I mean,
spiral.
looking back, that's, what if, right?
Right. And so I think if they just get some practice in together, or a replay review here and there, like the Sweet Sensations team is going to be a very, very solid tier 2 team. They just need to actually like play together as a team and get the practice in, because they have all the makings of being a powerhouse in this division. Now, selfishly, I hope they figure that out in 2 weeks for week 5, but
So when they play Bottomless?
no, they play Hypotenuse next week. So I want to figure it out the week after. That'd be great. But, I mean, at the halfway point, still being 0-3, close games outside of this one, I mean, they still have a good chance with only 20 teams in the division to make playoffs.
Yeah. Like, this is a team that I think can ruin a lot of playoff brackets.
Oh, yeah. This team kind of reminds me of that Red Bulls team. Losing some games, losing close games, trying to... I hate you, Dilly. Trying to figure it out, just not coming together when they need it, and are probably going to sneak into the playoffs and could end up playing upset to this very team that they're playing right now.
Another weakness of Dill teams is rematches.
Yeah. Rematches are so tough.
Especially against teams that, quote, weaker on paper.
Yeah.
So the rare instance of a Dill team sweeping.
Yeah, I know, right? As we were talking about it before the game. But, I mean, when it really comes down to it, Sweet Sensations, I mean, they played absolutely lights out in games 1 and 2. Like, they were right there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they had game 1. They had game 1 locked up in an unfortunate circumstance. Ended up just stealing it away from them. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, Sweet Sensations could have very easily taken this series, for sure.
Yes.
You'll get one, Pookie, for sure. No doubt in my mind. You guys are on the verge of being a very, very good tier 2 team. Yeah, I mean, they were averaging, what, like 11 saves a game? It felt like. Their defense is absolutely stellar. So they had, 8 in that one. I think they had 13 in the one before.
Yeah. Like...
Oh, man. Whose blue car is that? That's just gorgeous. That new RLCS decal. Guy looks fancy. But yeah, it was a really, really well played game. Really well played series overall. I mean, taking BSR to overtime in game 1 and then a 1-goal game in game 2. Yeah, game 3 got away, but I think a lot of that was just momentum and morale being down at that point, and BBU able to capitalize on it. But BBU has a lot to work on if they want to end up winning a championship. I mean, the biggest thing that we saw was over-aggressive third man and challenging the ball from the backside. Like, trying to force the ball away when they're driving it towards your net and hitting it towards your net. Generally, not a smart idea. But, yeah, here's that unfortunate moment.
Like, I'm looking at...
You know what? In his defense, he probably heard someone behind him. And he just saw the third man rotate behind him, so figuring he's coming back post for a bump,
Yeah.
not expecting that to be Kyle. Like anyone's going to react pretty much the same way in that situation. You see the aggressive, actually first man just go out the right side of your screen, rotating probably back post, trying to bump you out of the way or get something going. You hear them coming up behind you hot. You're just trying to kill it, and unfortunate that it was Kyle there instead.
Yeah. And like Pookie played it like it was coming off the back wall, not water falling down. Like,
right.
Yeah, I just wanted to see everything, and like again, I can't fault Pookie for the decision.
No, I would have made the same decision.
Yeah.
I feel like most people would have made that same decision. Just being aware of the surroundings there, you have to figure that was what, Brancy behind you? Coming in hot, especially if it's not being calmed. And then it waterfalls down. So, I mean, really, if you're Pookie, and that's not Kyle, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Yeah. Water falls down. He needs to get a touch expecting it to be Lycan behind him. It's not, but you can't bank on that unless Kyle's saying behind, it's going to fall short. Like, you have to think that's him.
Yeah.
Have to. 100%.
Yeah, and like based on the drop, like, you know, your opponent's coming, they're just gonna, you know, e-brake, turn on that ball and put it in the open net.
Right. You know. So you're trying to make a touch there. Unfortunately, he was in that kind of zone. If he would have been a little bit more left, he could have popped it back out or even dropped it in front of him. If he was more right, he could have just let it bounce right off the side of his car and down. But, I mean, his situation overall, like, I would hate to be in that situation, but I would make the exact same decision every time. Yeah, so for Kyle, you see Lycan right there. I mean, probably could have called Pookie off saying no shooter is really the only call you can make there, but you're so hyped and so tense in that situation trying to get your first game win that, I mean, you forget about comms.
Yeah,
Lycan pulled off right there. Brancy's still sitting in the box. Brancy's not going to make it to that before it bounces. He's too far away.
Like, I think if I was in Kyle's situation, I would have sat back post.
Oh, I would have pushed it.
But
personally, I probably would have not trusted my teammate in front of me, saw they were out of position, and just said, get the hell out of my way. But, I mean, right there, I wouldn't have stopped. Pookie already stopped near post. You have all the momentum. I would have called Pookie off, say you're coming over the top, or even go back wall.
Yeah.
And try and make that clear there. But, I mean, that's a split-second decision in a situation they aren't in often. And so you can't fault them for that. Like, I mean, that just comes from experience and game time. Like, honestly, you have Pookie near post. You see Dilly's taking it up along the sidewall. Smart play in that one is probably going back wall, trying to stop the pass or even the doomsy and forcing it back to the corner where it came from.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just, like I said, that just comes from time and playing the game more and more and playing with your team more and more so you know what they're capable of. And like Dilly said, he would have done the same thing. I don't know anyone in this chat who wouldn't have done that. Or most Rocket League players in this tier or lower that wouldn't have done that. Hell, I saw the MMG Invitational team do it in the finals against Trash as they were trying to get the bracket reset. Same situation. So, it happens all the way up, man.
Yeah.
But it was still a hell of a great game. Hell of a great series. Thanks for having me, Andrew.
Oh, thanks for being here.
I love it. It's always fun. It's always a blast.
Yeah,
especially when I get the poop on Dilly some.
yeah. I mean, we did do it as hard as I expected, but that's because we actually had a pretty good series going on.
Yeah, and I mean, in all honesty, if they wouldn't have come back and won game one and Sweet Sensations take that to even a game 4 or 5, it all would have gone back to that first goal scored by Sweet Sensations off of the pinch from Dilly and Kyle along sidewall when Dilly was trying to challenge from behind.
Yeah, Dilly rotating through ball.
And I would have clipped that for Dilly and showed it to him forever. Just like he'll clip something that's stupid I do eventually.
I mean,
But, I mean, he ended up making up for it, getting the own goal.
Yeah.
And that was that. But you said you have another match at the top of the hour?
Yeah. So
who you got?
Well, I think it's United, and they are taking on Unity Esports. They are aligned with Roadkill Esports.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, thank you for having me, sir. I am going to head out, see if my team needs some help warming up before the match. And I will catch you later, sir.
All right. Well.
And the rest of the BBU family, thanks for having me on here as always. Love you guys. Much love for all of you.
As always, if you want to make plugs, now's the time to do it.
Shit, y'all know where to find me. Twitch.tv/Tankard89. You can also find me on Twitter over there as well. And you can also find me in my own Discord when you're over in the channel with !Discord, where we're always chilling, doing something, whether it's playing Rocket League, Pokemon Unite, Valorant, or I'm not around because I'm playing New World. You know, it's all the same. But again, thank you, Anders, for having me out. Dilly, thanks for having me co-cast. I appreciate it. If you could go leave me that review, I'd appreciate it even more. You guys have a wonderful evening.
All right, Tank. Have a good one. And everyone, we're going to shut down for a little bit. I got to get ready for United versus Unity. And, we'll see y'all in about 10 or so. So, thank you all for watching. See you shortly.